Oh, shit, door closed. What's going on? Mic check 1 2. What it doing that? What's the word with you? What's going on, people? Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Mac back at it again. Happy belated Juneteenth to everybody. Here in Milwaukee, we got the biggest Juneteenth festival, really in the United States. And we had it was pretty good though. Juneteenth festival went good. I know I had fun. Everything was straight for the most part all the way up until the end. Then it got a little gnarly, you know what I mean? But beyond that though, nah, everything was smooth. And it was good to see my people out there. Shout out to Annette for the VIP parking space. For real, for real. But nah, we had fun though. Juneteenth was good. It was lit. Good food, music, all that, everything. It was good. But yeah, man, all good things come to an end. And then at the end of the festival, folks got the shooting, right? So it was bittersweet. And then I hate to say it, but I heard the girl who got shot passed away. You know what I mean? Um, so R.I.P. to them. And that's something that we gotta work on when we get together. But I would say this though, we probably had our biggest Juneteenth festival that we done ever had, I think, this year. And for one person to get shot, not nobody should get shot, but for one person out of 14 to maybe 20,000 people, maybe more than that, you got to kind of take the good with the bad. So it is what it is, man. But Father's Day was cool. The vibe was chill on Father's Day. I was pointing out how on Father's Day, all we doing is chilling everybody out, having fun and all that. On Mother's Day, y'all scrambling around trying to find brunch and all that shit. You know what I mean? So fathers don't really all we cause you know what we really just want as fathers for Father's Day. We just want some damn peace. That's all we want. So, Father's Day was cool. Juneteenth was good. We here now. So yeah. Speaking of fathers and Father's Day and all that, um, my clip, one of the clips that I'm showing y'all is this lady, she talking about basically she can't date no type of dudes, like she can't start no family, she can't do nothing like that with a dude that make less money than her, because she say that as a man, yo, money, like your identity, she say is attached to the amount of money you make. Now I think that you should definitely be comfortable, right? You should definitely be in a situation before you trying to be with somebody else or y'all both bringing something to the table like that. You should definitely be in a situation where you got something to even bring. You know what I mean? So when it get like that, if it ain't like that, yeah, it's gonna be a problem. But at no point, I don't feel like as a man, and I'm saying this to any other man listening, any woman listening, should the money define you? Come on, I ain't making all that noise. Sound like a cow fucking farting back there. Um, but nah, so I don't feel like at no point should it really define you, right? And so it's a kind of a double edge, because you got it to where it's like, okay, you don't want to be known as somebody that always got to be carried, especially not by no woman. But you don't want to be known as somebody that you always leading with your money, because that's just as bad as being known as being broke is just as bad as being known as being a trick. You know what I'm saying? It's all the same. Ain't that right, Rose? I guess. Rosie over here, y'all. Y'all see how to point this way. Rosie over here. You know what I'm saying? Looking extra Caucasian today. But it's all good though. Um, but nah, man. So I don't think your money should never define you though. That's whack to me. I feel like when you really got money anyway, all it do is allow you to not have to worry about nothing, right? Having money don't really mean that you should be. It shouldn't define you. It shouldn't define you. It's just to make you be more comfortable. It ain't to go out and be like, yeah, look at this money I got. Cause Bill Gates don't got a fat ass Microsoft chain on. Like people with money don't even show they got money. And that's how you gotta be. So she said that she not dating a man though who got less money than her because she said she tried it and dude was some shit. I think the story is cap. So I'm gonna let y'all I'm gonna let y'all see it. But she said he was intimidated by her and all this other stuff. And I'm like, man. But we gonna see though, man, cause I think the story is some cap. But then kind of another thing is the girl on the other clip, she said that she ain't even worried about getting no money or nothing like that, cause she said because she a woman and she look good, she actually looked like my high school girlfriend. But she said because she's a woman, if she didn't like her job, what she would do is just take a bunch of Instagram. Man, she had a grimy little plan. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? She was like, if she hold up, what she say? She was like, if she don't make it working, she would just start taking plenty Instagram pictures, date a rapper, get cheated on by the rapper and use the clout to start her own channel or something or some bullshit like that, right? But I'm like, man, she got the whole plan laid out, like. But it is what it is. We gonna check it out, and then last or maybe first, I think I'm gonna do it first. This the one Rosie got to account for right here, cause the white dude say that he revealing white people's secrets. He said he revealing white people's big secret. He said, "You want to know what white people's secret is, Rosie? White people's secrets, according to your white brother. You know what I'm saying? According to your white brother on this clip, he is saying that all white people know some racist people. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, I don't know.
You don't know not one racist white person.
No.
We don't believe that. Rosie over here telling what kind of lies, y'all? White lies. Nah, I'm just joking. But nah, man. So we gonna look at it, man, and it's tripped out. He was saying some tripped out stuff though, but he was actually saying something that I always said. And I give y'all a little bit of a backstory of my own, how I came to the conclusion of what he was saying. And basically, like to make a long story kind of quick, I was basically saying that, like white racism is part of white culture. It never benefited nobody else but white people. Races were invented when they took people ethnicities and wiped their ethnicities away and made them race, like made the social structure of race. It was made to determine who was white. It wasn't made to determine who was black and all that. Like you was like black was literally the other end of the spectrum, and white was like they would say like, okay, you white, okay, you got 1/4 black in you, 1/8 black in you. Like they was even trying to see how much of that little black you had in you, because a lot of white folks, you know what I'm saying, and she probably one of them, like they grandparents was black, you know what I'm saying, like they grandparents, like okay, so like I got cousins, right, that they dad is from Africa, but he married a white lady. So my cousins is mixed. Now their kids that they had with white girls, those kids look completely white. You know what I'm saying? Go back a couple generations, you see not only is them not white kids, but they got African in them. You know what I mean? And that's crazy, but it's a lot of people like that. You know what I mean? Um, and yeah, it is what it is. So we gonna look at that clip and we gonna dissect what dude's saying. But before we do that, do my analytics. Let's get into it, y'all. Mac, we're live at 5. Let's go. He hit my blunt. No, he can't hit my blunt. What you talking about? Mac World live at 5. You already know what's going on. It's your boy Mac Attack. Back at it again with another one. You know how we do every day at 5, man. We gotta dissect a couple of these topics. Got my co-host with me, you know what I'm saying, today. Woes. She can't even say R words like a baby. She gotta say woes. But her name is Rose. Yeah, no. But nah, we coolin' though, man. And you know, in honor of my Mayonated guest, I'm gonna go to the first clip, right, with this white dude and see what he was talking about, because he was saying some interesting stuff, right? And so I'm looking at the clip and I'm like, man, this sounds like some stuff that I done said before on plenty of occasions. Like I tried to tell white people, like, you know, they be like, oh, that's not true, oh my God. But I'm like, dude, racism is part of white culture. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Split that screen. Let me do this for y'all too. Hold on. Philip Scott, shout out to Unc. Let's go.
They have this, white gentleman that's going to tell you a little secret about his community. Well, of course, over here, we know this is not a secret, but to some people, it may be something they never heard before. But let's go ahead and roll this.
I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret about white people. Every single white person knows somebody who is racist. Racist towards black people, racist towards Spanish people. We all know somebody. It might be our family member, it might be a distant relative, it might be a coworker, it might be an old friend, but we all know somebody. Personally, I come from a whole family of racist people. Yeah, my entire family is Republican too. Okay, my dad's parents are racist, and my mom's parents are racist. Okay, so I'm literally going against everything by talking about this. I am putting my own life on the line by speaking about this, and that's what we all should be doing. See, we could have ended this a long time ago, but people like my mom listened to these racist comments that their parents were making and didn't speak out against it. They kept their mouths shut, or they agreed with them silently, you know? But they didn't do anything about it. They continued to let this be passed on generation after generation. Oh, my mom never told me or taught me any racist ideologies. She continued to let it happen because she didn't speak out against it when her parents were talking about it or my dad's parents were talking. So if you are against racism and you are against discrimination and you're a white person, you need to speak out about it. Otherwise, you are allowing this to continue generation after generation, and you are just as much a part of the problem as anybody else.
As for me, he's not saying anything that I didn't know already.
So it's funny because I always call that shit, I call it tier two racism, right? And basically what that is like them motherfuckers that you always hear like, oh, I don't see color. We're like this. Motherfucker, you see some color where it count when all your racist family and friends is talking about black people. You don't say, oh, we're all the same. I don't see color. No, you only say that to black people when they said some shit about white people. You know what I'm saying? And that's I even said they be weaponizing equality and shit. You know what I'm saying? When they see us going our own way, thinking a thought, doing a thing that's ours, you know what I'm saying? It be like forced togetherness, forced hey, it's all that's for everybody. We're all doing it. Like nah, cause y'all gonna be here, y'all here for the good shit, but then when something else jump off, y'all be like, oh my god, oh, what's going on over there? Like, nah, y'all know what the hell going on. You know what I'm saying? Like you got little Mabu and motherfuckers like that. You know what's his name called? Blue Eyed Trap. Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. Um, but then when all that shit said and done, man, they ain't dealing with the fallout, the death, the police stigmatization, and all that shit. That's left for us. They just get to do. They can come along and be a Slim Jesus. Then go back and do some other shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't be with that. Like I don't see color. I don't see this. I don't see that. Cause especially like I know a lot of motherfuckers they play that shit, but they definitely white for when it count, when they when they filling out them applications, when they get pulled over, whenever they oh yeah definitely sure yeah and then yeah fucking police dude like yeah all right, let's go.
Maybe some of you feel the exact same way. But some people don't know that. Some people really, even when we talk about it, just won't believe it. Well, I hope those of you that don't value the words of a black man, but value their words a lot more, you could hear how anti-black racism is in their culture. They created white supremacy. We didn't create that. They did.
Personally, I come from a whole family of racist people. Yeah, my entire family is Republican too. Okay, my dad's parents are racist, and my mom's parents are racist. Okay, so I'm literally going against everything by talking about this. I am putting my own life on the line by speaking about this, and that's what we all should be doing.
And a pillar of white supremacy is anti-black racism. Now, of course, you brought up other groups, but we're the main group they talk about. Trust me. They can be in an all lily white town, lily white state. They don't even see us like that. And we're still living rent free in their minds. They are literally obsessed with the black man and woman. They could say, get away from us, and we like, okay, fine, we'll get away from you. And they'll still come to where we're at. They can't help themselves. Every time black people have even built something in this country, they had to get away from them to do it. And here they come destroying black people's stuff that didn't have nothing to do.
Hey, that's literally what he talking about. That's literally what gentrification is. It's like, so gentrification, they put all the black folks in the inner city and all the white folks was out in the suburbs, right? Then shit start getting built up in the inner city and they wanted to come to the inner city slumming for entertainment, to get they to be entertained and to buy they drugs and to do all that. Now they want to be more closer to the inner city. So now what they doing? They moving black people right from the inner city way back out to the boondocks where used to be the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Shit crazy, man. They'll move you right on around just like that. So he ain't lying either. You know?
Do with them.
We go somewhere,
So
they see us having
this
fun. They like, oh, we want to go over there now.
This generational. This generational hatred for the black man and woman is just something that's part of their culture and that's just what they do. That's why I always said that it could be some individuals in their community that could be cool and good people, but the collective,
We have
the
no
collective hates black
friends.
people. Period. They just do.
I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret about white people. Every single white person knows somebody who is racist. Racist towards black people, racist towards Spanish people. We all know somebody. It might be our family member, might be a distant relative, might be a coworker, might be an old friend, but we all know somebody. So I'm
This another thing though. You got to think about it like this as far as it go for America. I'm gonna go big. They got to think about this for America. Racism is America's meta. You know what I'm saying? Meta is most efficient tactic available, and racism, as far as a social construct and as far as how they can use it to control people and gate progress from different groups in society. Racism is always gonna be something that America lean on. Hey, what's going on, Zanaya? Z watching. She said, "Hey, Rosie."
Hey, Z.
So like, she said, "Hey, bestie." But nah, so racism is always gonna be what America like default to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that they familiar with. You are even like with the thing with Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? He was running on like build the wall for the Mexicans and do all this and that. And it was, even though it was bogus, it was something that a lot of people was feeling like in a time where the country was in a crisis. You had this dude who was openly racist and he was gonna do a lot of stuff for his community, being the white community or whatever. So, it's always gonna be what America default to or whatever. You know what I mean? For him to say like his friends and family, racist or whatever, bro, we already knew that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what'll get y'all where y'all at. It's like, on one hand, it's like, I don't even want to say like I don't blame y'all, but it's so efficient to just cop out to. You know what I mean? Like, think about how they stopped a lot of people from doing things that they got to compete with them now because they could just use racism before. They could stop you from competing playing like basketball or stop you from, we couldn't get like movie roles. We couldn't do a lot of stuff. Now, the last thing left for us to really break into is like corporate America, which they really got a lot of, barriers for us to get to really break into that. But other than that, man, like, they could just use racism in a lot of regards to just stop us from even being able to compete, period. So that's what America always gonna default back to, as fucked up as it seems. And I think as black people, we just gonna have to accept that shit, man. Like, motherfuckers, at the end of the day, when they can't beat you and they look at you and see this, you know what I'm saying, this color, they gonna be like, you know what, I could just use racism against them.
Yeah.
Antagonizing Rosie, she don't know what's going on. She like, she don't know if I'm talking about her or what. Nah, but you know what I'm saying though, man. You know how that shit go. We all know how it go. It's all microaggressions, and it's all, well, it's not you, it's just the others. Like, but you are the others when they directing it towards you. You know what I mean? So shit crazy, man. But then we got to think about it in the sense though, like, shit, are we gonna be able to even come together ourselves and make it to where we can collectively do something together, because we got all these different divisions. And one of the main ones that where we divide ourselves is financially. Like, oh, get on my level, you ain't on my level, and all that bullshit, you know. And today, we got more of the same, you know. Check it out.
Strong and ambitious, successful woman says, I have priced myself out of the dating market. It's hard. I'm single, never dating a broke man again. Well, she basically said that, right? No more wasting time. Let's get it.
I think it is very funny how I have now priced myself out of the dating market because I am a woman that decided to push myself in my career,
Right.
get to a certain level financially, and now I've priced myself out of the dating market.
It's tough.
And I think what you all don't realize is that a lot of women who make big money, like this comment says, have tried to date men that make less money than them. I know I've tried it. Even when I didn't make that much money, when I was only making 50K, 60K, whatever, I tried dating men that made less than me. I actually had a man who was in between jobs. He was trying to figure out what he wanted to do with himself. I introduced him to teaching because I was doing that at the time. I helped him get his temporary teaching license. He's currently still teaching, but while he was doing all of that, I was in the process to become an assistant principal. So it's like right when he felt like he was getting to the same level as me,
Right.
I leveled up. And that man showed me so much resentment. He's since then come back and apologized after we broke up, and he went through some therapy, and he was like, I didn't value you. You was motivating me and pouring into me, and you loved me no matter what.
This
And I
sound
didn't
like
value
a
you.
cap-ass
And now I'm
story.
stuck
Come
with a
on
woman
now.
who makes less than me. And I feel like I'm doing it all on my own. I feel like the little bit of money I used to have at the end of the month, I don't have anymore because I have to do everything. And it's stressful and it's hard. And I miss the fact that
All right, let me cook on that for a second right there, right? So what it sounds like with her is part of her appeal of dude probably was that he was dependent. Like that was probably something that she liked in the relationship, because it's one thing to say, okay, I'm with a dude, right? And the nigga don't make as much money as me, the guy don't make as much money as me or whatever. But then it's like you talking about like you helped them, you was teaching and you helped him get his temporary teaching license and all this shit. So what it sounded like to me was he didn't even have a fucking plan. He was just doing what you was telling him to. And you was having the money, so he was going, he really have a choice? If you was footing the bill and you was doing everything, you talking about you got him his temporary teaching license and he's still teaching, then you leveled up. But how is it leveling up if y'all a team and y'all working together? Y'all leveled up if you became a principal. You know what I'm saying? That was how it was supposed to be. But you leveled up and he showed you resentment and all this and that. How could he show you resentment? So literally you saying what, he wanted to be a principal too? You know what I'm saying? Like, you the one that got him teaching. So you was just on some career, like you probably was throwing that shit in his face. I'm pretty sure you told him on plenty of occasions he wouldn't be teaching without you. And I'm pretty sure you explained to him the quote unquote level that you on now that you a principal and shit. So don't talk like it's just, oh, I tried to help him and he showed me so much resentment. Now the cat part, you know what I'm saying, is where she like, oh, well, he came back and he was like, I didn't value you, and he got therapy and all. Man, a nigga, listen, if a nigga ain't got no money, the last thing he's spending his money on is therapy. You mean to tell me this nigga broke? But he went and got himself a fucking therapist and shit from dealing with you. And he had to get, you was making so much more money than him as a big principal. He just had a breakdown and had to go get therapy. Like, you sound like you telling glory stories. You kind of trying to, you know what I'm saying? You kind of trying to toot your own horn and shit. And you kind of trying to make it seem like you said you priced yourself out of the dating market. Like, bruh, it's plenty people that got more money than you and just probably wouldn't like your personality. And it's probably people that do got money, you know what I'm saying, less money than you, that you gonna date, because you're gonna look for somebody that's gonna let you define yourself and them by how much money you got. You looking for a dude that's gonna be like, you know, letting you define yourself by your money. That's how some people is, man. Watch out for motherfuckers like that too. You supposed to get money because it's just what the fuck you do. But people that, oh, I'm getting to the bag, I price myself out of the dating market. Watch out for them motherfuckers. How probably sick in
You
the
and I
head.
used to travel and you didn't mind, you know, going half on the trips and we split the bills. He was like, I miss that so much. I did not value that as a man because I could do so much more for myself then and for my daughter because he had a daughter. Yes, I dated a man with a child and I'm a childless woman. So I would love to hear from men in the comment section who have dated or who are currently dating women who make more than them. Because what a lot of men won't admit is that your identity is attached to the amount of money that you make. Men who make big money are oftentimes more confident, sometimes cocky. You know, they don't feel like they have to prove themselves in any type of way. They are actually more charismatic and they have just a different level of decorum about themselves. Men who make less money tend to be mean or angry or resentful and sometimes abusive. And at the end of the day, I get there are systems in place that have made it this way for Black men. But let's be real here. Money matters in relationships. It does. And as a woman who makes six figures, I just can't see myself dating a man that doesn't make the same as me or close to it because he is going to resent me like that man did. He's going to resent the fact that I can do more with my money than he can do with his. So please chime in.
All right, guys. She said, please.
That ain't even necessarily true right there. Just because you got more money don't mean that you can do more with your money. If you spend, you can have more money and spend more money. I know a lot of people that the people that I know living the most comfortable is because they don't have a lot of expenses. They not in debt. They don't got college debt. They don't got, you know, a lot of loans they took out, credit cards, shit like that. People who got a whole bunch of money that's always making money and shit. And if you spend so much time making money, you ain't gonna have nothing to do, but you ain't gonna have time to do nothing but make money and spend money. Because if you spending a lot of time making money, one thing you not doing is one thing you are clearly not doing is investing your money to make your money work for you. So you just stuck working. Every dollar you get is a dollar you earn. You don't got no passive income or nothing like that. So when she's like, so I earn six figures, and if you're not making money, then if you make less money than me, man, nigga could be like, look, I'm invested. I own my crib. I do this, I do that. I ain't really got no expenses. I'm comfortable. I bet you she still wouldn't like that because that hoe want to spend money. I guarantee you. She trying to spend money. She ain't trying to sit up and save no money or do nothing like that, because if that was the case, she wouldn't even be worried about how much money a man make in that. Like, she makes six figures and she know most people don't make that shit. So by you setting the bar that high, you disqualifying people based on something that might not have nothing to do with the actual factors that will make a relationship work. You know what I'm saying? Nigga might have six figures and knock you upside your damn head. You know what I mean? Like, that shit don't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Burt Lang in the building. What up with you, pimpin'? I see Fresh in the building. Tool Gang on deck. What's going on with you, Fresh? Yeah, but she's sitting up here, man, capping. You know what I'm saying? Capiana talking about if she get a dude, they gonna resent her because she makes six figures. First of all, she humble bragging. She doing this whole thing is a humble brag. You know what I'm saying? But second of all, ain't nobody worried about them damn six figures. Like, okay, I make five figures. You make six figures. We going to checkers. Why the fuck do I care if you make six figures or not? You know what I'm saying? I got five figures. You make six figures. We going to the fucking car wash. You know what I'm saying? Why do it care? Why do it matter? You know what I mean? Plus, if you're looking at it like you working with somebody, y'all got six figures plus five figures or whatever. You know what I mean? But when you like, oh, I make more. Now, let me tell you this, and this is the thing that she not saying. If it means something to her that she make more, you know, okay, so it's like the saying, right? You can't never be exactly on time. you could only be early or late. Nobody is nowhere just exactly on time, right? So she say she want a man that make more than her. She don't want a man that make less than her, right? Like, it's only two sides of what you make. And if what a person make is something you factoring into their worth, you got the side where you in control, which is them making less than you, and the side where you ain't in control, which is them making more than you. And by you expressing that shit matter, you say you want a man making more than you. But when you get a man making more than you, the first thing he gonna be like, baby, can you bring me a glass of water? You gonna be like, you're not gonna be telling me what to do because you make more money than me. I'm not going for that shit. I'll go back to college. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna be trying to cooperate with that man. You know what I'm saying? If you letting that shit define you anyway. Look, Fresh say she too caught up from the jump street competing. These relationships are rival crews. Nah, you stupid. Like, nah, but that's for real though. I always say this, like, you know, I be talking to girls and they'll be telling me about shit. Like, I know a lot of girls, every girl in a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of relationship. So when they tell me about their relationships, I tell them, like, a rule of thumb is like, if y'all competing, that shit done. Y'all already done. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just like keeping a comfortable like rivalry. You know what I mean? Y'all not working together, that shit done. First thing that happened, it's like, well, this mine. Oh yeah, this mine. Well, I ain't need you. You know, it's gonna be just like that. It don't be no whole lot there when it's based on, you know what I'm saying, what a motherfucker making and shit, because that could change anyway. And I guarantee you, if that hoe hit hard times, she gonna be like, oh, why did you have 5 figures? Why can't you take care of me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit crazy, bro.
Please chime in.
You see what the comments say.
So go ahead, right? Go ahead in the comment section down below. What do you think of what she's actually said? Do you agree with her? Do you disagree? I'm curious. Now, here's something interesting that I thought of after addressing topics like this one in specific when it comes to like men and women and how women have a difficult time today finding men economically attractive. We know that with increasing female empowerment being preached and encouraging women to be more ambitious, they have in turn made more money. And what has happened are a lot of these women now don't find the average man economically attractive, even if he may slightly make a little bit more than she does. Studies have shown that women want men to earn a certain percentage more than that woman does. It's like one study that talked about how ideally women want men to earn up to like 56% more than they do. Now we know that's just not possible because there's only 1% of top percent earners, and you want to be equal, but still want the
OnlyFans, y'all. We trying to
make money than you. There's a whole lot there that doesn't make sense.
They making,
and so yes, the more successful you get, the more you shrink your potential dating partners. All right, guys. So here's a point I want to address about these financially successful women: is it's all the same thing. It's all them saying, because I make a lot of money, I deserve a man who makes a lot of money. Nowhere in this is she talk about how is she as a wife or a girlfriend. What do? Do you cook? Right? You're using the wrong type of currency, right, to negotiate with the men who you want to attract for a serious relationship. It's the exact same thing. So what's the solution here? Avoid these women. It's very simple. Avoid these women. Avoid these women. Because as much as you don't want to believe it, the truth is, yes, your pockets do affect your woman's respect. Your pockets do affect how much your woman respects you. Are there women out
now? Okay, this where I'm gonna get a little personal, I guess, right? Or like how I feel about that shit. Like they say, your pockets affect the way a woman respect you. That may be true, right? But a woman shouldn't really know what the fuck in your pockets, right? Like, if I'm not asking you for shit, like, she shouldn't really know. That should like, damn, okay, let me see if I can say this the right way. Cause like me, for example, like, I don't never carry no fucking cash, right? Like I fuck around and throw that shit in the garbage and shit or something. So I don't even keep that shit on me cause I ain't even used to carrying that shit, right? And like, so I never have no money that I could show off to nobody. I could have thousands of dollars. I could have 5 figures. I could have 6 figures, but I'll never have enough to show off to nobody because I'm not showing nobody my fucking bank statement. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not gonna go like pull a bunch of money out the bank and like cash food stamps and shit to go show off to some people. Like, man, look at us. Look, like, you know, they be doing a little money spread. Like, man, look at my money. Like, that shit retarded. Like, maybe if I was younger and I ain't have a bank account and shit like that, but how the fuck somebody ever gonna know really what I make? All they gonna ever see is me not struggling. I don't really dress fancy, no shit like that. I don't wear no jewelry. And I feel like conversations about money are weirdo conversations and shit. Like, I hate when I be talking to a girl. I talk to anybody and the conversation get to like some money and some chasing the bag type shit and all that shit. Like, who the fuck want to talk about some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit personal. Like, you know what I mean? And so I kind of I think I see what he's saying, but I can't say that I necessarily agree with it. That yo money affect your pockets gonna affect your respect level, cause bitch gonna have to respect me, man. Like, she ain't finna see no money from me, but she gonna have to respect me. And if she be like, nigga, you broke, I be like, yup, broke. You exactly, I'm broke. Yep, all my money go to my daughter. That's right, I'm broke. Like, I tell her, I'm broke in a second. You know what I'm saying? It's some clothes that say broke boy society on the. I might grab one of them hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Cause as far as you concerned, especially if you're a little period poo clone from the fucking I said what I said factory, you know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I'm broke. What you nigga, you broke? Like, yup, broke as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I'm broke like bro. I'm broke. I'm just saying I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody want nobody knowing how much damn money they got no way, right? So, like I said, I kind of don't agree with him. But this is another thing too. Look, I'm gonna show y'all this on this last clip. Like, you know, she said that on the average, they want a man that make a certain amount of money more than they do. But this is what I was talking about. You know, I was just joking and I said we gonna fuck around and have to get OnlyFans, right? Cause this the fact of the matter, and I want y'all to pay attention to what this girl say right here. I want y'all to pay attention to what she say, but I also want y'all to pay attention to the comments though, like what the people say. Hold on. Oh, she fine too. They use the clout to search on YouTube channel. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this shut up for y'all, but they want to act dumb. All right, let's go.
I think it's such a blessing being a girl because, like, I just be thinking when I'm at my internship, like, oh, if I dead don't like corporate, like, for the rest of my life, I could just start posting on Instagram like crazy, get a rapper, probably get cheated on, but you get the clout. Then people keep on watching you, trying to see if you still back with old boy. And that's the backup plan for a lot of girls. I'm just saying it out loud.
Really? I mean, I guess with a plan B that sounds that good and is just, I guess you could say, airtight, what the hell is she bothering with her plan A for? No, but seriously. Talking about doing an internship, meaning she's still in college, so probability of her really being out there experiencing what the real world is like is probably relatively low. But let's check out some of the comments. First commenter says, this ain't gonna work for all women. You pretty, so you can say this. Another commenter says, I thought I was the only one who thought like this. And guys, if you haven't figured.
Now that's the tripped out one right there, where she say, I thought I was the only one who thought like this. Like, damn, y'all, could y'all imagine that shit? They talking about, I'm not dating no man that don't make as much as me. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if we could just be like, man, if I don't get this factory job, dog, I'm gonna just start posting a bunch of pictures up on Instagram, nigga. There, I'm gonna just make a bunch. I'm gonna just date a girl. I'm gonna date one of these female rappers. Probably get her pregnant and then just start a career. Like niggas be that shit sounds stupid and conniving and snaky as a motherfucker, right? But it just go to show like I always say this thing, man. I be like, dude, like black man, you a target. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, she ain't like planning to do this. When you think about her plan, right? When you think about her doing it to anybody else, let's say she swapped out rapper with soldier. Yeah, I'm gonna date a soldier, get his pension, and then probably, you know, just divorce him. Oh, she a scumbag, gold digger. You know what I'm saying? If she say, yeah, I'm a date a preacher or something and probably become the first lady of the church and get donations. Oh, she a scumbag. But when she say, oh, I'ma probably just date a rapper, you know what I'm saying, get pregnant or whatever, you know what I'm saying, get cheated on, whatever. That shit sound normal as fuck and acceptable as fuck. You know what I'm saying? And if she would have swapped out basketball player. Now ask yourself in your mind why that is. I ain't saying y'all racist. I'm just saying Rosie is a little bit racist and we gonna make her pay for it. No, I'm just joking. But nah, you gotta think about that though. Like they'll fuck around and you know they be targeting niggas, bro. Like it ain't just like even okay. Look at the situation with what's dog name, little dude, Zion Williamson. Is that it, Williamson? So look at the situation with him, right? Like dude is 22 years old. People look at 6'9", that nigga like damn near 30, and they be like, oh, he's a kid. Why are you guys jumping the kid? And then they look at Zion Williamson. He 22 years old. Probably just got out of prep school and all that a couple years ago, like 19, right? And they like, oh, he's a black man doing this, doing that. You know what I'm saying? And they getting on him and shit. He getting targeted, bro. He getting targeted by these women. Body work boxing in the building. He say, I'm making too much sense, man. You already know what it is, man. But no, so he getting targeted. But since he a black man, though, they like, oh, okay, it's kind of business as usual. You know what I mean? I told you. I be like, look, they got to make you think you nothing, because somebody wants you in their jail. Somebody wants you to bounce their ball. Somebody wants you to throw their ball and catch their ball. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants you to rap they rap. Somebody wants you to shoot their gun. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants you to sell their drugs. Somebody wants you to put a baby in them. Everybody wants something from a black man. You know what I'm saying? But that ain't a discussion they ready to have. Body work on what? Nah, just. But nah, for real. Let's go, y'all.
Figured it out by now. TikTok has pretty much become the meeting hub for modern women to be able to share and find a space where they can feel like they're like-minded in their delusional mindsets and their attitudes. Next comment says, your backup plan is some girl's main plan. Wow, and that's just kind of sad. Another commenter says, my backup plan is to get married to a rich man who keep a low profile but let me pop my ish. Forget the BS. Another commenter says, marrying rich is my backup plan. And guys, this really does give you a glimpse into how some women think when it comes to their ability to access rich, successful men and their belief that these men are just going to allow them to pretty much go about their way, living a lifestyle that pretty much allows them to do what they want with no rules or boundaries in place. And the last commenter says, it's a solid plan B with a consistent success rate. And guys, here's what's the interesting thing about this topic after you kind of get past the laughs of it all and kind of making fun of this mentality and everything, is the fact that this is what has been born because of social media. Because now average everyday women are now receiving this excessive attention and this excessive exposure where they themselves believe unrealistically that they have access to a very small percentage of men. And sure, don't get me wrong, we do see cases where highly successful men, whether they're in the rap industry or entertainment or whatever it is, end up.
But see, this a bigger factor behind it too that people not thinking about it. Like in their quest to do that, like, okay, so the plan is so fucked up, right? In they quest to chase these rappers and these ball players and all this shit like that, they end up, man, destroyed and ran through. Don't nobody want young boy leftovers, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody trying to get like you know what I'm saying? Like one of the basketball players bust downs or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like they run through these girls, and the girls, they'll let themselves get ran through like that. You know what I'm saying? In hopes of like, "No, I'ma snag this rapper, I'ma do this and that." And I mean, you know, actually the shit kind of predatory and karma is real. So when that shit catch up to them and they end up out here, like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't really nothing you can say. But then all they try to do, they'll try to flip that into something else. Like, "Oh, now I'm telling my testimony. Young boy, he used me." And I'm like, "Nah, you was on deck." And y'all see the plan right here. I guarantee you, if she did get like close to making that plan happen, it'll be one of those situations where she try to flip it like, "Oh, they used me, like, you know what I mean? Like these rappers and all that." But you got to watch out, man. Like I told you, somebody be after you at all times. But first, before somebody use you, they got to make you think that you ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? They got to make you real malleable and shit like that. And that's what you see going on, you know. I mean, you know, it's just a degradation of society. It ain't really too much you could say about it beyond that. I feel like, you know, me myself, I'm working on getting reparations, you know what I'm saying, through Rosie, you know what I mean? So that's my contribution back to the ether, you know what I mean? Nah, but it's just tripped out though, man. When you look at these different things, there's so many different ways that people try to approach a situation selfishly, but try to make it seem like, "No, I'm doing this for yo better good," or "I'm doing it because it's the way it is," or you know what I'm saying, just whatever. But shit, accountability is for your own damn self, you know what I mean? And as far as to go with these plans that a lot of these women is making, and you know what I'm saying, even shit like, I even take it to the one clip with the white people, and they talking about like the white people with the racism and all that. They don't be accountable, and the accountability is really for them. They got to deal with their own fucking racism. They worried about like, we got our whole own world, culture, language and shit that we deal with, you know what I'm saying? These white people, they come to the hood. You know what I'm saying? We don't go out. We ain't going to the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? Rosie on Buffum. You know what I mean? But no, like, so they got their own things they deal with. They try and push it off on us because they don't want to be accountable. White dude was like, "Everyone has friends, everyone has family, and they're all racist. Every white person has friends and family, and they're all racist." But at the same time, if y'all ever notice, white folks that don't bother them, that they got racist friends and family. They only worried about how we react to racism. That's the only thing. I'm gonna say that one more time for the people in the back. They ain't worried about racism. They know he said that's why he thought it was a big secret, and he thought he was, you know what I'm saying, telling us a big secret, because they not worried about they racist friends, family, relatives, all that. They've accepted that. They only concern is how we gonna react to it, since they have accepted it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. Accountability is for you. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Bodywork Boxing. He said you got the new sub coming through. I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to the Tool Gang. You know what I'm saying? Fresh on deck. Let me see if EB checked in. The net on deck. You know, Burt Lang in the building. Yeah, man, I'm gonna go on and leave it off like that. I'm praying for the girl that got shot at Juneteenth. You know, I don't know the name. I didn't get no details yet, but you know, it's hard to hear that type of shit. But I also say this though, we can't be all trying to beat ourselves up when somebody that look like us do something. You know what I mean? Because when somebody that look like us do something good, we don't all jump on the bandwagon with that. So when somebody do something fucked up, we can't be like, "Oh man, we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better." But you know, for motherfuckers out here that just bored and shit, a lot of that got to do with ain't no fathers in their house. And I'm gonna do my next tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about that, man. I'm gonna talk about the direct correlation, because I did a status about that on Facebook and it kind of blew up. But I was talking about a lot of the Kia boys A lot of these girls talking about they the mother and the father on Father's Day. They sons is the Kia boys and shit, right? So no, I'm gonna talk about that shit on the next one, y'all. And yeah, we gonna chop that down. But until tomorrow, that's all I got for y'all, man. Tune back in at 5 o'clock for some more goody goodness. Like I said, man, I love y'all. Shout out to everybody. And until then, later, y'all. I'm gone.